I just can't stop myself from buying books. I can't say that I'm really ashamed of myself, though. Really.
Hello, booktubers. I've got a haul for you this weekend, and this is the short version. So I have I think about 7 or 8 regular physical books and a couple that I put on my Sony e-reader. So let's see. The first one I have is The Ancient by R.A. Salvatore. This is a fantasy book, and it is I believe the second book in a series. Yeah, The Ancient is part of the Saga of the First King, a 4-book series that chronicles the early days of Corona. And it also mentions in here the Demon War Saga, which I have read, I believe, 2 or 3 of, I can't remember now, it's been a while, 2 or 3 of those books, and this is kind of a spin-off of that series. And I have the first one, which is called The Highwayman, and this one is The Ancient, which is book 2. I kind of liked the description of this book, and I loved the cover. The Oracle of Stamboul by Michael Davis Lucas. And offhand, I probably either put this on a wish list because somebody else had it or whatever. I don't remember now, but it is really a beautiful cover, isn't it? So, of course, in my long version, I'll read the synopsis of it. Here's another one. I really like the cover of this one. It's called The Kings of Colorado by David E. Hilton. And I believe this might be a YA book, or either possibly even a middle school. I don't think it's middle school, though. But it says a heartfelt portrait of a bygone age. So, yeah, I'll go over that, of course, more in my long video. This was one, I believe, that was hauled by somebody recently. I think it was either Titantia or Megan at Megan the Book Addict, something like that. I should have looked that up, but I didn't. But anyway, Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. And this is kind of a classic. It was published first, I believe, back in 1986. No, 1976, it looks like. The copyright, no. I'm just kind of reading 1986 for this particular one. I'm not sure when the first copyright was, because this is a soft cover. So I like the cover. This has come out in several versions, and I like this cover the best. That's why we have a soft cover. And just really, really interesting. That's, yeah. Little handmaids there in their red dresses. And that, I believe, is significant with the way they are dressed in this book. So, Margaret Atwood. I've never read anything by Margaret Atwood, so I will be excited to get into that one. Here's one I've seen hauled on a few people's things. Anita Shreve, The Weight of Water. And I believe that Debs at Deb's Book Cafe had this one. This is the hardcover version. And Anita Shreve on the back. Let's see, here's one. I believe that Deb's also had this one. She's very dangerous for me because I see books that I like on her channel, and of course I put them on my wish list or go ahead and order them. The China Garden by Liz Berry. This is the hardcover version, and I believe she had the softcover version, and I really, really like the softcover one also. Yeah, that's the right. Like I say, on my new camera here, everything's in mirror image when I'm looking, so it's hard for me to tell which is right side up. The back is absolutely nothing. You think they could have done something with that. Then I have an Easton Press book that came in. I love, love, love the design of this. Can you guess what this might be? This is a leather, kind of a rebound, if you will, of a classic book that was also a big blockbuster movie back in the, I believe, either late 1950s or early 1960s. No, it's not Cleopatra, but it's something like that. But that is a shield, I believe, right there. And it is Spartacus. So this is, if you can read that or not, it's like it's, I have a lot of, there. Put over that way. I've got a light over the top of me, and it's not quite giving me the light that I want on these shiny books. So this is written by Howard Fast, and I believe it was first published in 1951. Yes, 1951. And this is part of the Reader's Choice 2010 subscriptions, and you can also order this by itself. You don't have to be a subscriber to Eastern Press if you think this is interesting. There are no illustrations in it other than the frontispiece, and that is the illustration on the frontispiece. So, and yeah, I just thought that that was really cool, and the back and the front are the same. So that's it for, oh, we have the e-reader stuff. I went ahead and bought a modern translation of the Iliad. And I know that on my last haul, I believe I had an Easton Press book that was of the Iliad by Alexander Pope, which is a much, much older translation. So I thought I would go ahead and get a translation of the Iliad by Robert Fagles. And I believe that he translated these in the 1990s. And this is a prized translation of a more modern one. And they had it in ebook form, so I thought I would go ahead and maybe read a book, because there's several books. I don't remember how many books. You know, they're almost like chapters. They called them books, but they're almost like kind of like chapters. And I thought I might read one in the old translation or read one in the new translation and then go back and read the older one just to see how different it is. So, because I also had the Iliad, of course, I also had to have, let me see, go here. I also had to have the Odyssey too. And the Odyssey has actually like a really cool cover on it. So that's also Robert Fagles. So those are two hauls that I had on the ebook side. Hope you enjoyed, and if you would like to hear the synopsis of them and have me talk a little bit more, feel free to join the long version. See ya. Goodbye.